Hey, what's going on YouTube? In this video, we're gonna talk about when to know if you should double close your deal or assign your wholesale contract. If you've ever wondered or had this question, watch this video and you'll find out exactly what I do. All right, great. So you are in an amazing situation right now, right? Because you have a deal locked up and you have a potential buyer who wants to buy it from you at a higher price than what you have that contract locked up at. So you're now in this amazing position where you have to make the decision on whether or not you should double close or assign. So what are some of the factors that could give you an understanding on whether or not you should double close or assign? Well, first things first, think about the seller. If you have a squirmy seller, or if you have a seller who you've negotiated hard with that you think is gonna have a problem seeing an assignment fee on your settlement statement, then I would inherently double close that deal. Why? Because I have seen sellers walk up from a closing table and walk right out of the title company and refuse to sign closing documents because they saw a 10, 15, 20, sometimes even $50,000 assignment fee on a HUD. So if you think you have a seller that you've negotiated hard with that is gonna be upset if they see that you're making money assigning the contract, double close that. The only time this becomes prohibitive is when you are in a state where the purchase price is so high that the closing costs for a double close would be more money than what you would make on the deal. This could be like in places in California or high-end markets like in Austin, Texas, or even San Francisco, places where, or like Boston, you know, where the median home price is like $800,000 or whatever. Yeah, double closing is gonna be really expensive and not truly your best course of action. So if you're in the other parts of the United States where the median home price is like 400 grand, 350 grand or whatever, then your closing costs shouldn't be so high. Then using a double close when you have a squirmy seller is probably your best course of action. At KeyGlee, we used to say that if the assignment fee or if our profit was any more than 15,000, we would double close. We've changed that to 20,000 now because we found that sellers really don't say anything. They don't care. As long as they get what they're entitled to or what you promised them on the purchase contract, it doesn't matter to them if the property was assigned and there was a profit made on that assignment. So if it's anything $20,000 or less, we will do an assignment. But if the profit is more than 20,000, we will double close that for two reasons. The first, so that we don't have any shenanigans with the seller. But then the second reason is so that our buyer can get the benefit of the property recording at the price they're actually buying the property at. Now, why does that matter? Well, if your buyer is a rehabber and they're gonna go fix and flip that property, they are going to be subject to an appraisal when they sell that property. Now, what I've seen happen to some buyers, especially when there was a large assignment fee on their purchase, that's not recorded. Assignments aren't recorded in the purchase price. So let's just say, for instance, your buyer, or you sell a property to somebody that you got under contract at $150,000 and you assigned it to your buyer at $200,000. Well, when they buy it, it should reflect that they pay $250,000 for that house. But when you assign it to them, it's not, because an assignment is only a line item on a HUD. So instead what happens is it records at 150. Even though that buyer paid $200,000 for the purchase, it's only gonna record at 150. Now, why does that matter? Well, it matters because retail lenders, they don't want flippers making too much money, and they won't take into consideration that that rehabber paid an assignment fee. So they may force their appraiser to underappraise, or they may just kick back that deal and refuse to loan on it because that assignment fee was so great. So when you have large assignments, guys, it is not only beneficial to your seller's peace of mind, to your peace of mind, and also your buyer's exit for you to double close. Now, why does it matter? Well, double closing can be a little expensive. As I just said earlier, when you're talking about high dollar value markets like California, Massachusetts, or Austin, Texas, where the median sale price is like $700,000-$800,000, the closing costs of a deal are directly proportional to the purchase price, right? And so the reason that is because sellers' policies, which are requirements of a standard closing package, they're related to the purchase price of that house. So your seller policy is more expensive when your purchase price on a property is greater, meaning the closing costs are going to be higher for that deal. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Double closing does cost a little bit more money than a signing, and so that is going to eat into your profits. But if you are making a schwack of money on a deal like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, doesn't it just make sense to keep everybody's peace of mind in check and double close? So those are the rules of thumb that I use when I'm making the decision on whether or not to double close or assign. Also, the title company that you're working with may not be okay with assignments. And title companies will put this rule in because they make more money when you double close. Why? Because it's 2 escrows now instead of 1. So they essentially get double the closing costs. And some title companies will just make it a rule that they will not allow assignments so that they can get the extra title costs. So it's really important you're working with an investor-friendly title company that won't have shenanigans like that in place. But if you are working with a title company that is not allowing assignments, double escrows are the way to go. Guys, if you got any value out of that video, do me a favor, smash the like button, also subscribe to this channel, and do us a favor, leave me a comment. I love interacting with my viewers. Gives me an opportunity to get to know you, and you get to know me a little bit better. Also, my kids read those comments, so be nice, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.